Welcome viewers, you're now watching Hornbill TV's Prime Time. The United States Central Command announced on Tuesday that US forces have ramped up operations targeting Iranian military infrastructure, specifically targeting facilities connected to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. In a statement on X, CENTCOM detailed the destruction of Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps command and control centers in Iranian defense system. Heading on to the next news, Iranian state media Press TV reported on Tuesday that thousands of people took to the streets in a solemn funeral procession after over 150 schoolgirls were killed in Iran on Saturday following US-Israeli strikes in the country. Visuals shared by Press TV showed a sea of people protesting against the killing of innocent young students who perished in the missile strike. In a post on X, Press TV said another perspective of the funeral procession for the martyrs of the US and Israeli regime terrorist attack on Minab Elementary School. In another post, it added, a huge crowd of people is attending the funeral procession for over 165 innocent Iranian schoolgirls who were killed by the US and Israel on Saturday. As per UN News, the death toll now stands at around 150, with almost 100 wounded after the US-Israeli strikes in Iran hit Minab Girls Primary School in the country's Hormozgan province. In a statement released on social media, UNESCO expressed deep alarm at the impact of the military attacks, which continued into Sunday, and noted that pupils in a place dedicated to learning are protected under international humanitarian law, and the attacks against educational institutions endanger students and teachers and undermine the right to education. Amid escalating tensions in Iran-Israel conflict, US President Donald Trump has delivered a strong message against Iran. Speaking on the issue, Trump accused the Iranian regime of attacking the United States and killing American citizens for nearly 5 decades. He referred to the killing of Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani during his first term, calling Soleimani the father of roadside bombs. Trump said the strike was carried out to neutralize a major threat. The US president further stated that the current actions are aimed at eliminating what he described as intolerable threats posed by the Iranian regime, asserting that this was the last and best opportunity to counter the danger.
For almost 47 years, this regime has been attacking the United States and killing Americans. Every time you see someone with missing arms and legs or a face that's been absolutely shattered violently, it was almost certainly caused by an Iran roadside bomb. They were put there by General Soleimani, who was the father of the roadside bomb. Very proudly, he thought, but I terminated him in my first term. This was our last best chance to strike what we're doing right now and eliminate the intolerable threats posed by this sick and sinister regime. And they are indeed sick and sinister. Our objectives are clear. First, we're destroying Iran's missile capabilities, and you see that happening on an hourly basis, and their capacity to produce brand new ones, and pretty good ones they make. Second, we're annihilating their Navy. We've knocked out already 10 ships. They're at the bottom of the sea. Third, we're ensuring that the world's #1 sponsor of terror can never obtain a nuclear weapon, never going to have a nuclear weapon. I said that from the beginning. They're never going to have a nuclear weapon. They were on the road to getting one legitimately through a deal that was signed foolishly by our country. And finally, we're ensuring that the Iranian regime cannot continue to arm, fund, and direct terrorist armies outside of their borders. And we thought we had a deal, but then they backed out. And they came back, and we thought we had a deal, and they backed out. I said, you can't deal with these people. We've got to do it the right way. Today we grieve for the 4 heroic American service members who have been killed in action, and send our love and support to their families. In their memory, we continue this mission with ferocious, unyielding resolve to crush the threat this terrorist regime poses to the American people, and a threat indeed it is. We have the strongest and most powerful by far military in the world, and we will easily prevail. We're already substantially ahead of our time projections, but whatever the time is, it's okay. Whatever it takes, we will always, and we have right from the beginning, we projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that. We'll do it. Whatever somebody said today, they said, oh, well, the president wants to do it really quickly. After that, he'll get bored. I don't get bored. There's nothing boring about this. Do you agree with that, Pete? I don't think there's anything, Mr. General. I think there's nothing boring about it.
The Middle East stands on the brink. In a chilling declaration broadcast across Iranian state media, a senior commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has issued a fiery ultimatum to the world. The Strait of Hormuz is officially closed, and any ship daring to cross it will be set ablaze. Ibrahim Jabari, senior advisor to the Guards Commander-in-Chief, did not mince words. He warned that both the Revolutionary Guards and Iran's regular navy stand ready to open fire on any vessel attempting passage through the narrow waterway, the artery that carries nearly a fifth of the world's oil. This is Iran's most explicit and explosive threat yet. For decades, Tehran warned it could choke the world's most critical oil corridor. The threat is reality. The Strait of Hormuz, just 33 kilometers wide at its tightest point, links Gulf oil giants including Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, and the United Arab Emirates to global markets. Roughly 20% of daily global oil consumption flows through this corridor. Now that lifeline is under threat, the dramatic closure follows US and Israeli strikes on February 28, targeting Iran's leadership. Donald Trump publicly encouraged Iranians to rise against their ruling clerics, a move Tehran branded as a direct interference. Iran's retaliation was swift and thunderous. Missiles rained down on Gulf nations hosting US bases, including Qatar, Kuwait, and Bahrain. Strikes were also launched towards the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Oman. And now, the ultimatum escalation. Sealing off the world's most vital oil route, energy markets are rattled. Traders fear a full-scale regional war that could send crude prices soaring and destabilize global supply chain. This timing is even more volatile as global shipping was already under strain. Iran-backed Houthi militants in Yemen have been targeting vessels in Red Sea and the Gulf of Aden since the 2023 Gaza war erupted, turning key maritime routes into combat zones. Now, with the Strait of Hormuz shut down, the stakes could not be higher. India has 25 days of crude oil inventory, 25 days of petrol and diesel inventory, and has a total of 8 weeks of crude oil and petroleum products inventory, says the report citing government sources. It further said only 40% of India's crude moves through the Strait of Hormuz. 60% of the rest of the crude comes from other sources. India continues to import Russian crude as per previous contracts and is a comfortable position in terms of energy security, LPG and LNG. However, the source added that the government is keeping a close eye on the evolving situation in the Middle East. An official said that the country's oil marketing companies, Indian Oil, Bharat Petroleum and Hindustan Petroleum, have supplies for several weeks and continue to receive energy supplies from several routes. In addition, the government has directed the oil marketing companies not to export petroleum products so that the buffer stock is further enhanced. Thousands of voters have started to head home from the Nepali capital Kathmandu to exercise their franchise as the poll day draws close in the Himalayan region. Carrying bags and rushing towards the vehicles to reach home, hundreds of voters on Tuesday morning departed from the Koteshwar bus park for the election, which is being held 6 months after the Gen Z protests. The Himalayan Nation poll preparation has entered the last phase as candidates wrap up their campaigning on Monday. The 2-day silence period has already started, which allows voters to make up their minds before exercising their right to franchise. The U.S. Embassy in Islamabad said that the U.S. Consulate General in Peshawar has temporarily suspended its operations effective March 2 due to security concerns. In the meantime, the embassy will continue to provide all routine and emergency consular services for U.S. citizens. The move comes amid ongoing disruptions and traffic diversions around the U.S. Consulate General offices in Karachi and Lahore in view of the prevailing security situation due to countrywide protests over the killing of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in the U.S.-Israel attack against Iran. At least 10 people were killed in Karachi and 2 in Islamabad after clashes between protesters and Pakistani law enforcement personnel near the U.S. Consulate in Karachi, Dawn News reported. The Pakistani law enforcement personnel resorted to tear gas shelling and bait and charge to control the situation. As a result, both consulates have announced the cancellation of all U.S. visa and American citizen services appointments scheduled for Tuesday, March 3rd. While operations are suspended in Peshawar, the U.S. Embassy in Islamabad is set to resume normal consular services on March 3rd. The U.S. Embassy also issued a safety advisory urging U.S. citizens in Pakistan to stay informed of local developments and take necessary precaution. We'll now take a short break. Stay tuned.
আপুনি খান জানি আছে একদিন দে কিমান জিনি খাই আপুনি খান কব অলপ হি খাই অলপ জাদে আৰু অলপ মিঠাই দে হইলেবি আমি খান সদায় খা লাগা খানা দে না জানি গিনা জিনি দো থাকি যায় কোল্ড ড্ৰিংকস দাবা লাগা জুস কুকিজ আৰু বিস্কিটস খান দে জিনি দো বেছি খাইলে গাও বি ভাৰি যায় আৰু ডায়াবেটিস মন লাগা বিমাৰী খান নিচিনাবি হৈ যাব দো আমি খান কোশিশ কৰিবলে লাগে কি জিনি খান্দো গমদি কৰিব আৰু ফ্ৰুটস আৰু বাদা সবজি খান হি খাবলে লাগে সময় জীবন ইদু কথা খান ধ্যান ৰাখিবলে লাগে ভোজৰতে দাবা লাগা জুস না হৈ গিনা ফ্ৰেছ ফ্ৰুটস খান হি খাবি ইদুতে টেষ্ট ভি আছে আৰু ফাইবাৰ ভি আছে বিস্কিটস খান না হৈ গিনা ড্ৰাই ফ্ৰুটস খান খাবি ইদু খান গাও নিমিদে ভাল আছে গোল্ড ড্ৰিংকস না হৈ গিনা বাটাৰমিল্ক নাৰিল লাগা পানী ফ্ৰুটস লাগা জুস খান খাবি টেষ্টি আছে আৰু নেচাৰেল বি আছে জিনি থাকিয়া মিঠাই খান না হৈ গিনা ঠাণ্ডা ফ্ৰুটস লাগা একটা বল খাবি আৰু সদায় ফুড লেভেল খান্দ পুৰিবি আপুনি লাগা খা সামান দে জিনি কিমান আছে ইদু জানিবি মিঠাই খান বানা সমেদে জিনি দো কম দি জুলাবি বানানা এপল আৰু স্পাইসেস খান ঝালখুৰি নাটমেগ ফেনল না হইলে এলাইজি খান বি জিনি বদলি ডালিবি আমি খান আৰামবাৰা সদায় খা লগা খানা দে জিনিকে বদলি কৰিবলে পাৰে আৰু হেলথি আৰু নিউট্ৰিচিয়াছ খানা হি খাবি আদাত হি বদলি কৰিছে কৈলে টেষ্টি বি খাব আৰু হেলথি বি হ'ব
Thank you so much for watching us and see you in cinemas.
And cut. Break for lunch.
Nada lunch laga dijiye please. हाँ.
Lovely shot, Yami.
Thank you. How are you feeling now? Really? Congratulations. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
तो officially आपके 1000 दिन शुरू होते हैं अब.
1000 दिन मतलब?
1000 दिन न्यूट्रिशन के. Okay, I'll explain you. बेबी के बर्थ से 9 महीने पहले और बर्थ के 2 साल तक का जो पीरियड होता है वो न्यूट्रिशन के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है.
मैं तो हेल्दी खाती हूँ ना. You know, I'm pretty strict with my diet.
I know you're very strict with your diet, पर इतना strict नहीं होना है. Okay, it's almost like हम बच्चों को सिर्फ मैथ्स नहीं पढ़ा सकते. हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, साइंस सभी सब्जेक्ट ज़रूरी है. वैसे ही प्लेट में वैरायटी होना बहुत ज़रूरी है.
Oh, makes sense.
और जब बेबी 6 मंथ्स का हो जाए तो कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री फीडिंग भी शुरू कर दो. Welcome back. In a breakthrough year for women's cricket in India, the Indian women cricket team has been shortlisted for the Laurus World Team of the Year award in recognition of their maiden ICC Women's Cricket World Cup triumph and their inspirational performances that have entrailed the cricketing world. They will compete with 5 sporting teams who made their mark in 2025, each staking their claim to win the iconic statute. Nominees from 8 awards categories will attend Madrid's Cibeles Palace for a gala event at which the winners chosen by the Laurus World Cup Academy will be revealed. Their nomination is the 3rd time Indian cricket has been featured at the World Sports Awards. Sachin Tendulkar, a Laurus Academy member, receives the Laurus Sporting Moment Award in 2020 for his victory lap following India's win in the 2011 Cricket World Cup. And last year, Rishabh Pant was nominated in the Comeback of the Year category and was the wrestler Vinesh Phogat in 2019, while Neeraj Chopra was shortlisted for the World Breakthrough of the Year award in 2022 following his victory in the Olympic javelin competition. Indore Mayor Pushyamitra Bhargava has decided not to celebrate Holi and Rang Panchnami this year following the water contamination incident in Bhagirathpura locality, which claimed the lives of several people and left many families affected. Mayor Bhargava called the incident, quoted, very unfortunate and expressed solidarity with the affected families. Notably, several people had died and many others felt ill after consuming contaminated water in the Bhagirathpura area of Indore district.
हुई थी उसको देखते हुए आप होली और पंचमी नहीं मनाने का निर्णय किए?
देखिए, भागीरथपुरा की घटना बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है और हमने अपने परिवार के लोगों को खोया है. इसलिए होली और रंग पंचमी मैंने नहीं मनाने का निर्णय लिया है और ऐसे समय में शोक संतप्त परिवार के साथ हम हैं.
वहाँ आज आप जो गैर जो हमेशा परंपरा निकाली जाती है.
देखिए, इंदौर की परंपरा है गैर और विश्वविख्यात रंग पंचमी की ये गैर है जो अपने स्वरूप में अपने वैभव के साथ निकले. उसके लिए जो भी संसाधन और सुविधाएं, पानी की व्यवस्था, सुरक्षा की व्यवस्था जो भी आवश्यक है वो सब हमने करने के निर्देश भी दिए हैं. परंपरागत रूप से नगर निगम की जो टीम उसमें शामिल होती है वो भी होगी. मैं गैर में जरूर शामिल नहीं होऊंगा.
जो लोग होली के दिन या पंचमी के दिन घर आते हैं बधाई देने, रंग लगाने, उनके लिए फिर क्या संदेश देना चाहिए आप?
देखिए, लोगों को घर आने से तो मैं नहीं रोक सकता, लेकिन जो आएंगे तो उनका सबका आत्मीय भाव से मेरा आग्रह रहेगा कि हम रंग नहीं खेलेंगे।
We'll now take another short break. Stay tuned.
Gauri balpra kiniga dongor hoi jane bole monase gauri kane spunky kuigina dana introduce kriasi kuntu balpra saigina gauri ge nutrition digina dongor banable nimide ola lagasi itudo Messrs Didi Poultry Khatkati Karbi Anglong Assam kuntu check ke do sorde ase tade pai jabo।
यूपी के ऐतिहासिक 9.12 लाख करोड़ के बजट में युवाओं के लिए उपहार ही उपहार।
काबिले तारीफ है अंदाज एक एक काम का, गा रही है गीत यूपी योगी जी के नाम का।
आईटी और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के लिए 2059 करोड़ की सौगात। प्रदेश में होगी उत्तर प्रदेश एआई मिशन एवं साइबर सुरक्षा संचालन केंद्र की स्थापना, डेटा सेंटर पार्क तथा एआई सेंटर ऑफ एक्सीलेंस। टेक युवा समर्थ युवा योजना के अंतर्गत 25 लाख युवाओं को मिलेगा तकनीकी प्रशिक्षण। लक्ष्मीबाई स्कूटी योजना एवं महिला उद्यमी क्रेडिट कार्ड योजना से प्रदेश की आधी आबादी होगी पूरी तरह से सशक्त। मंडल मुख्यालय वाले प्रत्येक जनपद में होगा स्पोर्ट्स कॉलेज का निर्माण। 14 नए मेडिकल कॉलेज खुलेंगे। रोजगार के अवसर बढ़ेंगे। उद्यम और रोजगार में युवा नए कीर्तिमान स्थापित करेंगे। युवाओं के सपने हो रहे साकार। ये है डबल इंजन सरकार।
Flights from India to Dubai resumed on March 3, 2026, bringing relief to thousands stranded at the airport in both countries. Services to Mumbai, Chennai and Bengaluru restarted after cancellations caused by escalating Iran-Israel tensions, and earlier strikes and retaliatory attacks targeting US bases had disrupted air travel across the region. After days of chaos triggered by the Israel-Iran conflict, the first Abu Dhabi to Bengaluru flight touched down safely, bringing back anxious passengers who had been stranded in the UAE. Some described hearing blasts around their hotels and missiles were intercepted overhead. Airlines like Etihad arranged hotel stays, while Emirates resumed limited services to India. Airports in Bengaluru, Mumbai and Delhi received some of the first returning flights. Indigo has also announced special relief operations from Jeddah, while Air India continues to monitor airspace conditions. The crisis followed US-Israel strikes on Iran and retaliatory attacks, leading to widespread airspaces closures. For thousands of Indians in the Gulf, the ordeal highlights how distant conflicts can quickly hit close home.
First of all, thank you for all the friends and family whoever had shown the concern and wished that I should come safely. Not only me, all the Indians. Once we got stuck in Abu Dhabi airport, okay, the Etihad Airways, where I booked the ticket, so they have taken very well care actually. By the evening of 28th, they booked the hotels for all the passengers whose flight were cancelled. So they they asked us to stay until the next flight is available.
So which precautions are available and Dubai? It was very scary and also exciting. The airlines moved us to a 5-star hotel. So, and there were so many explosions happening around that hotel. It was pretty scary. So we're finally happy that we're back in India. We landed in India. I was so scared until the flight landed as well. So, yeah.
No, airport situations. Airport situations also.
So, on the days when we landed, 2 days ago, there were missiles being intercepted on the over the airport, Abu Dhabi airport, and I could hear so many explosions going off, and that was pretty scary. I could see fighter jets going on top of the airport. Very scary.
It was peaceful, but they had shut down the airspace for precautionary measures. So today we had arranged for another flight and we got back.
I landed in Dubai on Saturday. From Saturday 1 o'clock, they announced the airspace cancellations. அப்புறத்துலேருந்து ஹோட்டல் ரொம்ப நல்லா பார்த்துட்டாங்க. எமிரேட்ஸ் they put us in a very nice hotel. அப்புறம் 3 daysக்கு வந்து it's very scary situation. We heard explosions almost every few hours. ரொம்ப ரொம்ப பயமா இருந்தது இருக்கிறதுக்கு. ஒரு they were all interceptions. அதாவது it was not very நம்ம கண்ணில் வந்து மிசைல் அது நைட்ல தெரியும், but it was just they were all intercepted, as in they assured that you're all safe now. But messages வந்துட்டே இருக்கும். ஆனா வந்து emergency on the missile struck messages. It was very scary situation. So we are very very happy to be back home, safe, alive. So
that's all for now. Thank you for watching Hornbill TV.